Today we are going to talk about the properties of logs. First, they're made of wood. Second, they're shaped like cylinders. And third, they give splinters. Unfortunately, those are not the ones we're really talking about today. So, let's talk about some real properties. If our exponent rule is a to the m times a to the n, it becomes a to the m plus n. So, let's look at some, that is our exponent rule, but let's talk about what that means for logs. In logs, that means log base b of m plus log base b of n is the same as log base b of m times n. So, for example, log base 3 of 2 and log base 3 of x, when you add them together, become log base 3 of 2x. Our next example is going to be the quotient property. So, quotients are dividing, and in this case, the exponent rule is a to the m over a to the n equals a to the m minus n, or, in this case, if I say minus, it ends up being m over n. So, log base b of m minus log base b of n is log base b of m divided by n, whereas times was plus. So, here's an example. If I say log base 4 of x minus log base 4 of y, it becomes log base 4 of x over y. Now we're going to talk about the power property. So in exponents, this was if I said like x cubed to the 5th power, it was x to the 15th. A to the m, a to the nth power to the nth power is a to the m times n power. So in this case, the big thing is if I have a power like say m to the a, that a goes out in front. So if I say log base 5 of x squared, it's 2 log base 5 of x. Now we're going to write each logarithmic expression as a single logarithm. So you'll notice in this case we're adding, which means we would say log base 7 times 2 or log 14. We're condensing, by the way. Let's try this one. So in this case, because we are subtracting, we're going to divide. So it's log base 2 of 12 over 3, or log base 2 of 4, which, by the way, is 2. We're just not putting that in yet. Don't tell anyone. Okay, so now we're going to do log base 3 of 8 minus 2 log base 3 of 6 plus log base 3 of 3. So in this case, the first thing we have to deal with is this part right here. So I'm going to rewrite this as log base 3 of 6 squared, because remember, this comes over here, which actually means log base 3 of 36. So let's look at what we have here. So this becomes, so if we combine all these, we get log 8 over 36 because we subtracted, but then this plus 3, because there's no parentheses around this, is going to go back up on top. We are adding this, which means we multiply it. So it's like I said, 8 divided by 6 times 3. So it ends up becoming 8 times 3 over 36, or the log of 24 over 36, or our final answer, which is log of 2/3. Sorry, log base 3 of 2/3. I have to remember to keep writing my base. Okay, so this is ln 5 minus x ln 2. So this becomes ln of 2 to the x. So my final answer becomes ln of 5 over 2 to the x. Now we're going to expand our logarithm. So the first thing I want to notice is what we can do. Well, I know I'm eventually going to pull out that 3 and pull out that 5, but I can't do that until those have been separated. And since they're being multiplied, I separate them by doing log base 8 of x cubed plus log base 8 of, not x, y to the 5th. Now, both of these go out, so it becomes 3 log base 8 of x plus 5 log base 8 of y. Now we're going to try this. Log of 8 times the square root of x. So these are still being multiplied, and so that's what we're going to do first. Log of 8 plus the log of the square root of x. Now, square root of x we're actually going to rewrite as x to the 1/2. Because then I can rewrite my final answer as log of 8 plus 1/2 log of x. Now let's do this one. So notice in this case we're cubing everything. So I would rewrite this as 3 ln 7x. That means natural log, in case you forgot, or the log of the base of e. So at that point, I would separate this by saying 3 ln 7 plus 3 ln x. You could also then do 7 cubed, but I'm not going to do that this time. Here's another. So these separate first. Log base m of 25 plus log base m of x to the 4th. Notice we're raising something to the 4th, so that turns into log base m of 25 plus 4 times the log base m of x. Now we're going to use the properties of logs to evaluate each expression. So in this case, what I would say is log base 2 of 2 cubed, or as I would write it, 8, minus log base 2 of 4. Now remember, when we subtract, it becomes log base 2 of 8 over 4, or our final version, which would be log base 2 of 2. So now I need to figure this out. So 2 to what power is 2? Oh, that's right, the first power. And that's our answer, right here. Okay, let's try another one. Log 3, log base 3 of 3, plus 5 times log base 3 of 3. So before I try anything else, what I'm going to notice here is that we could say log base 3 of 3 to the 5th, but that's not going to be more helpful. I'm instead just going to notice that log base 3 of 3 is the same as 3 to the 3rd power is 1 plus 5 times 1, meaning 6. Now, if I had done it another way, I could have also said something like log base 3 of 3 times 3 to the 5th, which becomes log base 3 of 3 to the 6th, or 6 log base 3 of 3. Since log base 3 of 3 is 1, that's just 6. Now let's try this one. 6 log natural of e. So in this case, the natural log of e is just 1. So 6 times 1 is 6. Now what we're going to do is we're going to assume that log 3 is 0.4771, log 4 is 0.6021, and log 5 is 0.6990. We're going to use the properties of logarithms to evaluate each expression, and we're going to start with log 15. Because remember, we can break down 15 to be the log of 3 times 5, or log of 3 plus log of 5. So, in this case, 0.4771 plus 0.6990. 1 plus 0 is 1. 7 plus 9 is 16, so carry the 1. 8 plus 9 is 17. 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 1, 11, so it becomes 1.1761. Let's try another one, 16. Now, I could say 4 times 4, but instead I'm going to write the log of 4 squared, which means 2 times the log of 4. So, 0.6021 times 2. So, 2, 4, 0, 12. Now, let's see, there are 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.2042. Now we're going to do this one. Log of 4 over 3. Remember, dividing is the same as log of 4 minus log of 3. So, 0.6021 minus 0.4771. 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 7. Oh, that becomes that, which means I carry, which means this becomes 9, and this becomes 5. 12 minus 7 is 5. 9 minus 7 is 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1250. And that's it for today. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or email. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Have a good day, and watch some of my other videos if you missed any of last week's classes. Thank you.